Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is another one of these unboxing things that you may or may not like, but are just super easier for me to do. So we're just gonna go with it, okay? I'm still planning on reviewing this version of the figure, but I wanted to do a comparison version of this one, which is a Target exclusive. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box to see what the differences are and what it comes with. First, we have this nice artwork on the front, as we have seen on the last 2 times I've done this. They have nice artwork. Luke here looks especially grumpy, like very, very grumpy. As you can see from the background here, it's based on Ahch-To, and you can also see that from the label down here. This is Ahch-To Island, which, you know, I guess is what the island is named. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. So that's pretty much what's on the front here. The side is pretty much the same as before on Rey's. It just has a very big Luke on the background back here, and then what it is here on the side, Ahch-To Island. The top just says this. I do have a nice cut from the person working at Target who opened the box. They did it real deep, and that's always nice. I don't really care, but I know some people care. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, this is the normal side here. The bottom, we've got normal labels and warnings. On the back here, we have a picture of the actual figure itself. A little blurb, if you want to read that, you can pause it. And then just some more stuff down here. It does open, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right here. We've got Luke Skywalker in here, and we have the base that he comes with. And as far as I can tell, that might be it. Here we have just a breakdown of what's in the box. First, we have premium character detail. So I'm pretty sure that means that this has the new face printing technology, or they just spent a lot more time painting this one than they did before. It comes with the environmental base, which is the Ahch-To right here. It comes with the die-cast features, which I'm guessing is his hand right down here. His hand's supposed to be die-cast, which is neat. And then fabric costume, which causes a lot of contention with people, including myself. I'm not a huge fan of fabric costumes, but let's go ahead and take a look and see exactly what that means. Let's get this out of the box. I don't know what causes these to be so hard to come out. So this is the inside here. Let's go ahead and take this off. And aha! We do have an extra hand down here, and then a hand that's on the figure itself. Let's go ahead and take that out. It's rubber banded in, which is unusual. Let's go ahead and get these off here. Again, I use fingernail clippers. They do a good job of cutting a little more precisely than like a hobby knife or something like that. I find a lot more success with clippers than I do. But I'm also kind of a klutz. I'm not good at cutting things. All right, so we have that out. We've got his cloak here, and let's go ahead and take out his fist. Oops. All right. Let's go ahead and take this out here. And this is like triple banded or double banded on that one. Same with the other one. I didn't mention it, but the Rey band, the Rey band, the Rey figure, the base was like super in there. So let's take a look here. So again, these are just kind of first impressions. Let's take a look at this head sculpt here. It's supposed to be a lot nicer, and it does look pretty good. Paint job, lots of different colors, like a wash in here of some white over the gray. Kind of give them that salt and pepper look. Same thing within the beard here, which looks really good. You know, the cloth actually on this feels a lot nicer than it did on the Rey's. I don't know, it feels like more of it's a different kind of like a linen or like a felt. I don't know. It's a different material than they used for Rey. Comes up over here on the back. We've got it coming down. So it's got hard plastic goods here to kind of hold it in place. I'm not a huge fan of where this meets the plastic right here because it just looks like it stands out. It's hard not to review this figure because I haven't before and I have a lot of thoughts on it. But spoiler alert, I'm very disappointed by the original figure. First of all, we have a little lightsaber hook right here, but he doesn't come with a lightsaber. Also, this should have been said before, but I'm doing this before the movie comes out. I haven't seen anything. I think the premiere just happened last night. I'm sure somewhere there are spoilers online. I haven't seen any spoilers. I don't know if he's going to use a lightsaber in the movie or not, but he certainly has a hook for one, and that kind of bugs me. So this supposedly is metal. It's just a straight black little fist here that's closed. This fist, I feel like, has a lot more sculpted detail into it. It's hard to see because it's black. But it's also very soft rubber. It's very pliable. You can see how easily I can move it. And they've been doing that recently with the hands, so it's not hard to get there, like the weapons and stuff in there. I don't know if that means it'll be weak or not. It does feel like a very pliable plastic, like it's not gonna break, it's just gonna move, but who knows. And then he comes with this cloak here. Fabric cloak comes on both of them. This is my original one. And with the way I actually have this tied, for the most part it sits fine, is I actually have it tied kind of around his shoulders and it meets down here. So you don't see the string, but it holds it on pretty nicely. So let's take a look here at both these figures. I don't know, guys. I mean, there was a huge difference between this and the Rey, and I'm actually not seeing too big of a difference here. My camera is picking up this face and wants to focus on it more than this one, which is interesting. Let's take a look here. The belt has a little, this one's more smooth. This one has a lot more detailing in it. The pouch here is a little bigger. Hand is roughly the exact same. I don't see any difference there. I'm gonna guess that this is like Rey, where this is the exact same right here, just this has the soft goods on it. Anything different down here? Nope. Feels like this is a lot more pronounced. And I do have to say, you know, say what you want about soft goods. I like that this goes all the way down right here. And the plastic, the hard plastic they have right here, there's always a slit to allow leg movement. And I hate this. I would much rather have, for skirts, soft plastic skirts than this, even if they do fall apart, because I hate this slit. It's like a sexy nightgown slit that I can't stand on figures. I definitely prefer hard plastic up here on the chest and things like that, but for the downstairs areas down here, the legs, the knees, the waist, I much prefer soft goods. So I actually like this. I mean, this is obviously going to be the big difference here. I don't know, I definitely feel like it's a little darker up here, but I don't necessarily think it's better. The eyes look to me like a different shade of blue. This is darker than this one. But I'm colorblind, so, you know, take that how you will. I want to get this off and then this on. Oh, I do want to say this is a different shade. This looks a little darker than this. I don't know what's right, what's more accurate, but this is definitely a little darker than this one. So let's look at the base. We haven't looked at that yet. This is the base. It's one piece, unlike some of the other bases that are multiple pieces. Lots of paint, lots of nice sculpting and paint. The rocks down here, the grass growing out. It's a little splash over right here on this one. You can see how the paint kind of comes off onto the rock, but you know, it's not a big deal. It is painted very nicely. There's a peg hole down here and there's a peg hole up here. So I'm supposing if you wanted to, you could have the Rey down here and the Luke up here. The problem right now is we don't have the costume appropriate Rey to go down here. Let's get this on. I'm just gonna tie it. I'll tie it the way I like to tie it, like a half Nelson kind of thing. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this on his little base right here. Get him in a good stance. I have noticed right off the bat here, there's a lot less shedding. There's a lot fewer strings. I do have this one right here that I found. Just the one, actually. It's not bad. So that's it. That's the Luke Skywalker Target exclusive Ahch-To Jedi Master, whatever they're calling this. He is $30, so he's $5 less expensive than the Rey one. He does have an extra accessory over the $20 one. He's got a metal hand as opposed to a plastic hand, which says something. He does come with a very nice base. He does have the fabric on him, and the fabric, I feel like, does do a better job of being fabric over the Rey one, so there's that. I feel like he does a pretty good job of being Luke Skywalker. He's $10 more than the standard release, which was already a disappointment. So does that make this better? Actually, maybe. It's only $10 more. It has better sculpting. It's got an extra accessory in the hand. It's got an extra base. The problem with the bases that I mentioned with the Rey review is they take up a lot more space. But this one does have an extra spot, so you can use it as a stand for another figure. Obviously, probably the Rey figure. So I'll probably put that on there. Yeah, actually, you know what's weird is this actually makes a pretty good base for two figures. And sometime in the next year, 2018, I know they're coming out with the Resistance Rey with the the more accurate to the end of the movie. And I'll probably have her on here handing him the lightsaber like he does in the movie, because I'm, you know, a nerd like that. I'm not giving any final grades, or this isn't a definitive review on the figure. I'm just trying to decide if this is worth buying and what the differences are. I would say the differences are a lot more minimal on this figure than they were on this figure in terms of, you know, the original figure that was released in the line. Like, I went over this with a trimmer, and I still have a lot of frays on the end right here, which is probably what they're going for. They wanted to look more frayed, the frayed ray, if you will. Whereas his garments are less fray-y, more regal, more upkept. He still doesn't come with much. Even if he came with just a lightsaber, like Rey came with her lightsaber, the lightsaber blade, an extra lightsaber handle that was made out of metal, her gun here that was made out of metal, and then a full-on base that splits into two pieces, on top of having the fabric and a much more noticeably better face sculpt. I didn't necessarily notice a better face sculpt here on the Luke Skywalker. And it might be there. If you see it, let me know in the comments below, but I don't see it. I just don't. But that's it. That's the Target exclusive Luke Skywalker. Retails for about 30 bucks. I got mine for 30 bucks. Well, minus 5% because I have a Target Red card. I think the only other figure like this is the Walmart exclusive Kylo Ren, which I'm definitely looking for, and hopefully I'll have this before the year's end so I can include it if it deserves it in my top 10 figures of 2017 when I do that at the beginning of next year. I'm starting to think about that video. I need to get that, and I need to get Jaina, and I'm pretty sure and after that I've gotten every figure released this year. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed this, which is to say I'm a 35-year-old man who still likes playing with toys. We probably have that in common. Maybe not the exact age, but if you're watching this, you probably also like to play with toys, and that's fun. That's fun to know. It's fun to think about, right? Like, share, subscribe. There's ways to support me down in the description below if you want to. Don't feel like you have to or whatever. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.